We are finally back with F1 in Miami, Verstappen's future in F1, and Kyle Busch's future in NASCAR. All that and more. Let's get into it.
Meow.
Well, I mean, I think the top story is this week is Miami. The Miami GP is this weekend, and there's a lot going on.
Finally.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people are really excited for this race and finally to be back racing after 5 weeks of a break. So it'll be really interesting to see where we are.
Where all the cars are and what they're doing.
Yeah. So obviously with all the teams having the last 5 weeks off, we are probably going to see a very, very big upgrade package across most of the cars. Surprisingly, It sounds like Mercedes is not bringing an upgrade package until Montreal. I think they want to see how close everyone else gets, and then they'll have seriously, I think that they're like,
show me your cards, and then I'll design a deck around you.
Exactly. Prove it, Nana. Prove that you have a full house. But yeah, so that's what...
Did you say Nana or Lando? What did you say?
Nana, like grandma. Yeah. I used a term for grandma that I've never used for grandma, so...
I was gonna say, you never called her grandma. And then I was like, did I hear it wrong? Okay. It's fine. Learning things about you every day.
Every day. Every day is something new. Yeah, so it will be interesting. I'm sure most of the news coming out of Miami, obviously being back, will be upgrade related. So if we see anything fun that looks crazy, and we know that Ferrari should be utilizing their flippy wing, we might get to see it. We'll probably see it on Red Bull before we see it on a Ferrari, to be honest.
Honestly.
So...
VCarb announced their livery for Miami. Did you see that?
No, I haven't gotten to see any of it. I saw the Cadillac one because it's very like minimalistic USA because it's obviously Miami. And
yeah.
I will say, if you have to pick any of the 3 US based races, I might get some heat from this because COTA is an amazing race as well. But I think Miami is probably one of the best American based races. It's, we went 2 years ago. It's a lot of fun. It's hot as all get out. So, like, you have to just, you're in it, right? Light t-shirts, shorts is what it is. No sense in trying to be fancy. Go comfortable. But it was really fun. And I think that they really thought about the fan experience, like, holistically. So the Miami GP actually offers free buses from various points all over Miami. And all you have to do is get to those buses, and they'll take you to the race for free. So there's one that, like, is at the Hard Rock. Obviously, it makes sense because it's Hard Rock Stadium. It's, the brand is kind of taken over the entire space for the race. But it's really nice. The problem with COTA is, one, the track is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and you have to pay for getting transport out there or parking. And so just after a long day, and for those that have never gone to a race, sitting in the sun, watching the race, it's hot because you're basically on all asphalt. It does take it out of you by the time you are heading home. So it is nice to know that you don't have to fiddle with like parking or getting an Uber. Because the first time we got down there, we didn't know about these buses. So we Ubered, and he dropped us off still like 3 miles away from the stadium because that's the closest you could get during race weekend. Yeah, mistakes were made.
Wild. Well, now you know.
Now I know.
So when we go, I can just chill and you can navigate.
Yeah, no, and I think that is one of the things that's kind of like, after going to Talladega last weekend, right, and going to the Miami race, you really start to understand, like, what you don't know about racing. Like, you can go on and, look at the tickets, and sometimes it's kind of a mystery. Like, Miami, I think, is really good from a Formula One standpoint because you can actually buy the tickets directly from the venue. Which is really nice. So you're actually, instead of going through Formula One, because I've heard a lot of horror stories about going through Formula One to buy your tickets, like going directly through them. Apparently, you don't necessarily get the best seats in the block and things like that. Because the ones that Formula One is selling is really all the ones that people sell and, that have picked their seats, right? Well, it's just whatever's left over is what Formula One will kind of push people into. And from what I understand, you can reach out and be like, hey, I need to make sure that they're all together or things like that. So I think they're understanding, and there's an extra step that you have to reach out to them about.
That's good.
So, but because we went directly through the venue, we were able to pick the exact seats that we wanted, and we had a front row back on turn 13. I'll send you a bunch of pictures after the call. Well, actually, I'm going to be editing this one, so
I was gonna say
I'll send myself a bunch of pictures after the call, then get them in there. But yeah, it was really fun. I definitely recommend going to any race car event, but if you can, or you're trying to pick between Vegas, Texas, and Miami, I would say Miami is the way to go. That's my personal opinion, though. So
yeah, it seems like a whole vibe. It's kind of fun and loud.
And because of the break, they added a lot of brand activations this year. I think they added a lot more events. They added more things to do to meet drivers. I think that my guess is that Formula One is probably slightly concerned that although the Miami Grand Prix, I think, is fully sold out, what does it look like the following races based on, these new regulations, how the driving's going? I think that there'll be a lot to tell in the next few races versus Miami, because I think Miami is people we're going to go to and sell out regardless, because I would say it's definitely more influencers show up there, which is fine. It's great people watching. The year we were right across from the beach club, so it's like us Formula One race car drivers going by, and then like cabanas in a pool. It's pretty fun.
That's crazy. That is cool.
Some other interesting things about this weekend is I think this is the first Apple TV where they run everything for broadcast versus where it's been kind of split between what used to be Formula One TV or F1 TV. I think that Apple is, as of Miami, will be managing all of it. So that should be an interesting... Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm hoping better, because I think Formula One, I don't think, can really handle another like bad fan experience, given that a lot of people are kind of frustrated with the current standings of where the where everything is.
What do you mean by that? Like,
with people being frustrated with the new regulations and how those types of things.
If the streaming service isn't working, they're just gonna like...
Well, yeah, I mean,
rage.
So that's really it. I think, there's a lot of people that are kind of on the fence about everything, and I don't understand why. I was talking to Emily about this earlier, and if them botching these new regulations is so bad, then like Formula One wasn't for you, because yeah, okay, they messed it up, but I will say F1 and the FIA are doing a really good job of like, hey, we understand we messed up and we're trying to fix it as quickly as possible. These are just not things we can fix overnight. And so
it's going to take time to like sort it out. Like, you can't just make changes like that and it just automatically runs smooth. Like, there's going to be a rough period. And yeah, I mean, if you can't stick it out, then yeah, like you said, it wasn't wasn't for you, bro. Move on.
Yeah, it's all right. There's all sorts of other things, like, I don't know, competitive checkers.
There's competitive tag you can go watch.
Yeah, I've seen those. Have you seen those?
God, it is nuts.
It's nuts.
It's nuts. I clicked on a video like expecting to just like laugh, and I was like, oh my God, they're like parkouring. It's like they took parkour and was like, how can we make this competitive?
Yeah, 100%.
It's nuts. Like, respect,
Well, and the only other Miami-based news, really, I mean, there's so much, because there's so much going on that Formula One is back after 5 weeks.
What's the weather gonna do?
And I will say, last night, if the thunderstorms that rolled through Atlanta are headed down to Miami, it's gonna be a wild thunderstorm. It was so loud last night. Like, the thunder was so loud. I was waking up like 3 or 4 times last night.
That's
from
nuts.
This thunderstorm that rolled through last night, and it was raining cats and dogs. So hopefully this is not the same system. Yeah, I am.
That says a lot right there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting. What happens if it rains? Like, they just delay it, or they cancel entirely? Just like all wait it out.
So apparently, if there is any thunder and lightning, they have to evacuate everybody from the track because all the seats are uncovered. And then they cannot resume racing. They cannot bring everybody back until it's been 30 minutes without thunder. So let's say they get 29 minutes into that 30 minutes and a lightning strike happens within the vicinity. They have to reset the clock to another 30 minutes. So I don't know. I don't actually know what.
Struck by lightning for them to be that serious about it?
I don't know if anyone has gotten struck by lightning, but you have thousands upon thousands of fans sitting in metal seats without any cover. So I can imagine that.
I mean, wear rubber shoes. I don't know. Just kidding. I mean, I'm just kidding. This is why I'm not in charge of those things.
The stands are grounded. Hopefully it hits Steve up in the top corner and we're all fine.
Don't they have a lightning rod? It'll go around.
Yeah, right. So if that is the case, then that's how they would handle it. I believe within the regulations there's a maximum length that a race can be in time. So my guess is if we keep getting delays, they may have to just cancel the race if they hit that maximum time for the race. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how. Hopefully we don't have to deal with it. It's just we're speculating because we see weather coming, but hopefully it's not that big of a deal and we aren't devastated.
Just imagine you at your window being like, yeah, it's going to Miami.
Hey, you don't you dare go south.
Yeah, it's going south. Blow it that way. Ooh, what you drinking?
This is Bloom.
Oh, I like the protein powder.
It's really good. It's a probiotic soda. It's caffeine free, but it's Shirley Temple. # not sponsored.
Yeah.
Feel free to sponsor us if you
contact us. I really like your.
I've been drinking the poppy and this equivalent, and so there's just some flavors that are not good.
No, I've had a couple of those that you're just you open it and you get the first whiff and you're like, I'm not drinking that.
Nope.
But then some of them are really good. Mm-hmm. Some of them have allergic reactions too, and I don't know why.
So Verstappen
rocking pink helmet.
Yeah. I'm sure he's going to be the belle of the ball, as they would say, for this race, in the sense of I think everybody just wants to get some ounce of anything out of him from a media perspective of what is going on. So it should be interesting. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more rumors and a lot more weird things about Verstappen that are probably mostly untrue this weekend. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see because all that news came out after the last race. So people are going to be hounding him. He's probably going to have to throw out a couple more reporters.
Right. I think at this point, I just want to see cars go around the track so I can, visually make my own assumptions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount of speculation over the last five weeks has been kind of annoying.
Anyways, let's talk NASCAR. Not
a whole lot NASCAR. I think the big one is Kyle Busch.
Yeah. He's had some announcements.
Yeah.
He loves the spotlight. He's the first one in line at the tea party. Come on.
Yeah. Well, apparently he has a new race engineer, from what it sounds like. They call him race engineers? Or crew chief, sorry. He's a new crew chief. So I guess they fired his previous one and trying to kind of, I don't know.
Why did he side with Danny Hamlin's podcast review?
Maybe.
He's like, oh, I saw you liked it. I saw you liked the short. You're out of here.
You liked it. You like those weirdos called Track Limits and Emotional Damage making fun of you. You like that. You're out. That, or it was Denny Hamlin made a comment and then they were on the radio while Kyle Busch was driving and he's like, man, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And his crew chief was probably like, well,
yeah, maybe. Yeah. Cut him. Move on. So who is this new person? Do we know?
So Jim Pullman was the old race crew chief, and Andy Steer has been brought in.
Steer as in cow, or steer as in
it's actually Andy Street. Sorry, I didn't see so it's Street.
I was gonna say that's a convenient name.
Yeah, but I mean Busch he's sitting 27th in the standings right now, so something has to change. I think the other big one for him is 2026 is a contract year for him. So
well, that's what started all of this drama. Sitting 27th, contracts up. I don't think Denny Hamlin was wrong or talking out of pocket to be yeah, you're not performing. Why would they re-sign you unless there's an alternative motive, right?
Right. It's from what I understand, Bush's
who's his
kind of
partner?
performance over the.
Like, who's the other driver that drives in that company with him? Is it Carson? Because if like other people in the company are like doing like the same as him, then yeah, he's probably safe. But if there's other people that are like outperforming him, then like why would he think just because he's been in the game for 20 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Let me just pull up who his...
Because they kind of have partners like that sometimes help push. And
what team does he drive for?
He drives with Richard.
Yeah, it's RCS, right?
Yeah.
RCS. There we go. Teams.
Okay. And how's Austin Dillon
and then
doing?
I don't know.
What number is he? He's 24th. So
yeah, he's not doing...
he's not doing great either, so he might be okay.
I don't know, though, because looking at the team, Jesse Love is driving O'Reilly, and I know he's
doing good.
He's been doing pretty well.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so where did Jesse Love finish?
Third.
Okay. So pretty
yeah,
decent.
He's doing good. So yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, if it's like how it is in F1, you know, the younger drivers coming up might just replace... I don't know. I mean, are there a lot of Kyle Busch fans?
Yeah.
Is he like a popular dude?
I would say Kyle Busch, from what it seemed like he's pretty popular. Go back 20 years ago, right?
Yeah. Earnhardt days.
When all of them started watching NASCAR or got into it, I think he was pretty big. You know, he got pretty big there.
Kyle Busch. Wasn't there something else on him that you found?
No, that was really it. It looks like Kevin Harvick maybe head backs. You know, he just had publicly said that it was a smart idea, or that he would have done the same thing. So we'll see if we see any turnaround with the new.
Yeah, hope that works out for him.
Yeah, same. A lot of fans. I know a lot of fans like him, and obviously there's been some controversies. But it is one of those things where it is neat to see, you know, the junior, you know, the O'Reilly race car drivers have opportunity to possibly move up into the Cup Series. Mm-hmm. You know, it's always cool to see that as well. Well, that's our news and gossip for this week. Well, and it's going to be a busy weekend. Obviously, we have Miami. We also have Texas Motor Speedway for NASCAR. And I was looking at the times. I was like, oh, maybe they're like just offset enough because of Texas, and they are starting at the exact same time. So that's wonderful to see.
Yep.